weary traveler to a quiet moment of peace. As the world outside grows dim, allow yourself to settle into a comfortable space, feeling the gentle support beneath you. Take a soft, slow breath in and release it gently out. There's nothing you need to do now, nothing to plan or worry about. Just listen and let your mind wander to a place where stillness reigns. Imagine, if you will, the slow ascent along a winding path, not steep or demanding, but cradled by ancient stone. The air here is cool and clean, carrying the faint scent of old earth and distant, quiet peaks. Above, the sky deepens into a velvet canvas, dotted with the first shy stars. You are drawing closer to a sanctuary known only to those who seek knowledge and quiet reflection. Ahead, nestled into the very heart of the mountain, a soft, inviting glow emerges. It is the mountain library, a vast repository of stories and whispers built ages ago. Its grand, carved stone entrance seems to welcome the night, flanked by tall, narrow windows that hint at rows upon rows of silent tomes within. The light spilling from these windows is a warm, parchment-like amber, casting long, gentle shadows that dance ever so slightly in the still air. This is a place untouched by haste, where time itself seems to slow, inviting you to simply be. Feel the quiet anticipation, the gentle promise of discovery as you stand at its peaceful threshold. You gently step across the threshold, and the ancient wooden door whispers shut behind you with a soft, resonant click. The air inside the mountain library is cool and still, carrying the faint, sweet scent of aged paper and forgotten ink, a subtle fragrance that invites a deep, calming breath. Before you, a grand hall unfolds, lined with towering shelves carved from dark, sturdy wood, reaching almost to the vaulted stone ceiling. Each shelf is a quiet testament to centuries of collected wisdom, filled with countless tomes bound in leather, parchment, and even some with intricate metal clasps that hint at their precious contents. The only light comes from narrow, arched windows set high in the massive stone walls, filtering in as soft, diffused beams that illuminate tiny motes of dust dancing lazily in the quiet air. This gentle illumination casts long, peaceful shadows across the smooth, cool stone floor, guiding your gaze deeper into the vast space. The silence here is profound, a comforting hush broken only by the occasional distant creak of the old building settling, or the almost imperceptible rustle of pages turning in some unseen, gentle draft. It's a place designed for deep contemplation, for gentle exploration, where every book holds a story, a history, a whisper of ages past, waiting patiently to be discovered. You notice a sturdy wooden table in the center, worn smooth by generations of scholars, and a single, high-backed chair pulled out, as if its occupant has just stepped away for a moment, perhaps to retrieve another volume. Nearby, a small, unlit brazier sits, its cold ashes a reminder of past warmth, promising future comfort. The entire scene breathes a quiet, scholarly peace, inviting you to wander without haste, to simply absorb the vast, silent presence of knowledge that surrounds you. Soft, ambient creaks, distant page rustle, the scene breathes a quiet, scholarly peace, inviting you to wander without haste, to simply absorb the vast, silent presence of knowledge that surrounds you. Soft, ambient creaks, distant page rustle, the air here is cool and still, carrying only the faintest whisper of ancient paper and polished wood. Your steps are hushed, almost imperceptible on the thick, woven rugs that line the aisles, absorbing every echo. You find yourself drifting deeper into the heart of this mountain library, past shelves that reach up towards the vaulted ceilings, each holding countless stories and forgotten wisdom. A soft, ethereal glow, perhaps from a high window or a magical crystal embedded in the stone, illuminates a section of aged tomes. Their spines are rich with faded gold lettering, some smooth from centuries of gentle handling, others brittle and textured. You notice an antique globus standing proudly in a quiet alcove, its brass rings gleaming softly, hinting at worlds beyond these walls, at journeys taken and discoveries made. Beside it, a sturdy wooden table awaits, its surface worn smooth, ready for quiet contemplation. This particular corner feels especially secluded, a sanctuary within a sanctuary. A large, plush armchair, upholstered in deep forest green, beckons near the table. It looks as though it has cradled many thinkers and dreamers, offering comfort in pursuit of understanding. Here, the hum of the mountains outside seems even more distant, the world beyond held at bay by thick stone and countless volumes. The soft light drapes over everything, casting long, gentle shadows that dance imperceptibly, lulling the eye. It's a place where time slows, where every breath feels like a gentle turning of a page, inviting deeper rest. Soft glow, having settled over everything, now seems to emanate from a hidden hearth in the corner of the room, its embers breathing a steady, gentle warmth. This isn't a roaring fire, but a quiet, living heart, casting a soft, orange pulse across the worn stone floor. Each flicker is a tiny, silent dance, mirroring the slow, deliberate rhythm of your own breath. The air itself feels ancient, yet comforting, carrying the faint, sweet scent of aged wood and forgotten stories, perhaps a faint whisper of old parchment, or the gentle, earthy aroma of potted herbs on a nearby windowsill. You notice the quiet, a deep, pervasive stillness that cradles the space. Only the most subtle sounds dare to intrude, the nearly inaudible creak of an old beam settling, or the softest rustle of leaves against a distant window pane, carried on a breeze so gentle it feels like a sigh. This stillness isn't empty, but full of a peaceful presence, a guardian of rest. Your gaze might drift to a heavy, embroidered tapestry adorning one wall, its threads woven with scenes of quiet villages nestled beside still rivers, or perhaps a lone traveler resting under a starlit sky. The colors are muted, softened by time, but the warmth of the images remains. Here, in this sanctuary, the weight of the outside world simply dissolves. The worries of the day, the echoes of grand adventures, or even the smallest tasks awaiting tomorrow, all gently recede. There is only this moment, this quiet room, and the deepening sense of calm that invites your eyelids to grow heavy, your muscles to relax further into the soft comfort of your space. Each passing moment is a step deeper into tranquility, a quiet assurance that all is well and all is at peace. As the last whispers of the day fade, a soft, ambient glow settles around you. It's the kind of light that emanates not from a harsh source, but from within the very fabric of peace itself. Perhaps it's the gentle flicker of a distant hearth, casting long, dancing shadows that soothe rather than startle, or the diffused luminescence filtering through an ancient, stained glass window, painting the floor with muted, calming hues. The air itself feels soft, carrying with it a faint, comforting scent, perhaps of old parchment and polished wood, or dried herbs and warm bread, a subtle aroma that promises warmth and rest. You notice the quiet, steady rhythm of the space. No urgency, no demands, just a gentle presence. A tapestry woven with threads of forgotten lore and peaceful landscapes hangs softly on a nearby wall, its muted colors absorbing any stray sounds, creating a cocoon of stillness. Dust motes, tiny specks of forgotten time, dance lazily in the soft light, visible only if you choose to focus, otherwise blending into the tranquil haze, a silent ballet of peace. Your gaze might drift towards a sturdy wooden table, its surface worn smooth by countless years of quiet contemplation. Upon it rests a single, unlit candle, its wick patiently awaiting the deeper night. A small, polished stone, cool and smooth to the touch, and perhaps a half-finished cup of herbal tea, its warmth slowly fading, releasing a last, faint wisp of steam into the calm air. Everything here speaks of quiet completion, of tasks laid down and rest earned. The silence is not empty, but full of the gentle hum of contentment, inviting your own thoughts to slow, to quiet, and to simply be enveloped in this serene, timeless moment. The world outside feels distant, a soft echo that cannot reach this sanctuary of peace. From that quiet space, your awareness might gently drift further inward, past the hum of silence, towards the very heart of this mountain library. Perhaps it's the subtle scent of aged parchment and cool stone that guides you, a fragrance woven into the air itself. The soft, even glow of a distant lantern, nestled among tall, dark shelves, casts long, dancing shadows that stretch and recede with an almost imperceptible breath across the polished floor. You might notice the dust motes, like tiny, silent stars, suspended in the gentle light, drifting slowly, ever so slowly, through the vast stillness of the hall. Each mote seems to hold a tiny whisper of the countless stories contained within these walls, stories that have waited patiently through seasons and ages. There is no rush here, no urgency, only the quiet presence of knowledge, held safe and warm within the mountain's embrace. The shelves themselves seem to rise endlessly into the shadowed ceiling, filled with bound wisdom. Not just books, but scrolls of vellum, tablets of polished stone, and even small, carefully preserved crystal data shards, each holding volumes of forgotten lore. They stand in quiet communion, each a silent guardian of its own unique past, waiting for a gentle touch, a curious mind. As your gaze softly traces the spines, you realize that some of them bear ancient, unfamiliar script, glowing faintly with an internal light that seems to pulse with a slow, steady rhythm, like the quiet heartbeat of the mountain itself. This inner glow illuminates the immediate area around them, creating pockets of soft, inviting luminescence amidst the deeper shadows, making the library feel not just ancient, but alive with a serene, gentle energy. This quiet warmth seems to emanate from the very texts, a silent invitation to rest and simply be among them. The quiet warmth seems to emanate from the very texts, a silent invitation to rest and simply be among them. As your eyes drift over the countless spines, a subtle shimmer catches the ambient light. It's not a harsh glow, but a soft, almost imperceptible pulsation, as if each book holds a faint, internal light, a stored memory waiting to be gently unlocked. The air here is still, carrying the faint, sweet scent of aged paper and dry mountain herbs, a fragrance that speaks of centuries of wisdom held captive within these walls. You notice a small, carved wooden bench nestled beside a tall, arched window set into the thick stone wall. The window is deep set, allowing a sliver of the muted, twilight sky to filter in, casting a long, gentle blue-gray stripe across the polished wooden floor. On the bench, a forgotten, intricately bound tome lies open, its pages a pale cream, undisturbed for what seems like a long, long time. Dust motes dance lazily in the thin beam of light, sparkling like tiny, slow-moving stars. The silence here is profound, broken only by the almost inaudible rustle of a page settling deeper into its binding, or perhaps the distant whisper of the mountain wind against the high stone. It's a sound that doesn't intrude, but rather wraps around the silence, enhancing its depth. You feel a gentle pull towards this secluded spot, a sense of peace that settles over you, inviting you to observe, to simply exist in this vast, quiet repository of forgotten tales. The gentle pull deepens, drawing you closer to a particular section of the library. Here, the shelves are crafted from a dark, smooth wood, worn to a soft sheen by centuries of quiet touch. Each row reaches high towards the vaulted ceiling, a silent, towering forest of knowledge. The air itself seems to hum with ancient whispers, not of voices, but of stories held captive within bindings of leather and linen. A faint, almost imperceptible dust motes dance in the soft, diffused light that filters from a high, arched window, illuminating golden titles and faded scripts. You notice that some shelves are not filled with books, but with carefully rolled scrolls, tied with thin, silken cords. Their edges are brittle, a testament to their immense age, yet they emanate a profound sense of importance, as if each scroll holds a secret map or a forgotten incantation. The light here isn't harsh. It's a gentle, filtered glow like a perpetual twilight, inviting eyes to linger without strain. There's a small, empty alcove nearby, carved directly into the rock face that forms the library's foundation. It's a perfect niche for quiet contemplation, offering a view of the intricate patterns of the shelf backs opposite. The silence here is profound, broken only by the occasional soft rustle of an unseen page turning somewhere far off, or the distant, almost imperceptible creak of ancient timbers adjusting to the stillness. A sense of timelessness pervades this space, a quiet invitation to simply be, surrounded by the weight and wisdom of countless past ages. The cool, smooth stone of the alcove wall offers a reassuring presence, a solid anchor in this sea of stories. You are simply an observer, now, enveloped by the quiet majesty of this mountain sanctuary as the soft light continues to fall upon the venerable bindings. The soft light continues to fall upon the venerable bindings, illuminating the faded gold lettering and the subtle texture of aged leather. Each spine tells a silent story of centuries past, of forgotten knowledge and gentle wisdom, now resting peacefully on these shelves. You observe this quiet tableau, a silent guardian of tales, feeling the immense tranquility that permeates the very air of this mountain sanctuary. The vastness of the collection stretches before you, rows upon rows of carefully catalogued histories, scientific observations, and lyrical compositions, all whispering their timeless secrets without a sound. Perhaps your gaze drifts now past the nearest shelves towards a small, carved wooden alcove set deeper within the library's embrace. It is a space designed for quiet contemplation, with a low, sturdy reading desk worn smooth by countless hands. A single, unlit lantern hangs above it, its glass globe catching the ambient glow from the larger windows. Next to the desk, a plush, but simple, cushion invites a moment of rest. This alcove feels like a secret haven within a haven, a place where time itself seems to slow its gentle rhythm to a mere whisper. The air here carries the faint, comforting scent of parchment and aged wood, a fragrance of quiet scholarship and deep, undisturbed thought. Beyond the alcove, if you were to peer, a grand arched window offers a glimpse of the distant mountain peaks, their silhouettes softened by a persistent, ethereal mist. Yet, the sounds of the outside world are completely muted, absorbed by the thick stone walls and the countless volumes that stand as a buffer against any intrusion. Only the softest echoes of your own gentle breathing and the quiet hum of the library's deep peace remain. This serene space holds countless untold narratives, waiting patiently, forever cradled within the heart of the mountain, from the heart of the mountain library, where silence itself seems to hold a story. A soft, unwavering light beckons from a distant alcove. It's not a harsh or intrusive light, but rather a gentle, persistent glow, akin to captured starlight, filtering through ancient, thick-paned glass. As you softly turn your gaze towards it, allowing your eyes to adjust to the subtle shifts in illumination, you begin to discern the towering, shadowed shelves lining the path. Each shelf stands as a silent guardian, holding countless volumes bound in aged leather, some smooth and worn from centuries of handling, others rough and textured, their spines unread for generations. The air here, within the deep recesses of the mountain, carries the faint, comforting scent of old paper, a subtle hint of dust, and the rich, polished aroma of sturdy wood. It's a fragrance that speaks profoundly of forgotten wisdom, patiently kept secrets, and the enduring quiet of knowledge. You drift closer to this source of gentle luminescence, your movements as light and soundless as a passing thought. Your steps make barely a whisper on the cool, worn stone floor that has cradled countless scholarly journeys. The alcove reveals itself to be a private study nook, thoughtfully tucked away from the main thoroughfare and the grander halls of the library. Within this tranquil haven sits a single, small desk, robustly carved from dark, sturdy mountain wood, its surface bearing the subtle marks of diligent use. On its polished top, an open book lies, its venerable pages illuminated by a singular, soft-glowing lantern. The lantern's light is a warm, inviting amber, casting long, dancing shadows of barely visible dust motes in the perfectly still air. It feels as though someone just stepped away moments ago, leaving a profound thought unfinished, a narrative suspended in a timeless moment. This is a place where deep contemplation settles easily, where the weight of the world outside feels impossibly far away, leaving only the quiet, profound comfort of stories yet to be explored, and the gentle promise of peaceful slumber. The quiet comfort of stories settles around you, a gentle embrace within the vast, silent heart of the mountain library. The soft, luminous glow from the enchanted crystals embedded in the high ceiling casts long, dancing shadows across the rows of towering shelves, each one a silent guardian of forgotten lore. You feel drawn deeper, past the familiar spines toward an alcove bathed in a slightly warmer golden light, as if a perpetual sunset has found a home here in this secluded nook. A heavy, polished wooden stand holds a magnificent, leather-bound atlas. Its cover is worn smooth by generations of hands, its metallic clasps dull with the patina of ages, yet it holds a quiet power. You can almost feel the weight of countless journeys, the echoes of explorers tracing their paths across its delicate pages. This is not a book of bustling cities or grand battles, but one of silent, winding rivers that carve through uncharted valleys of constellations, mapping paths across star-dusted skies that no longer shine in the same configurations above. The pages themselves are thick, almost like cloth, illustrated with muted earth tones and deep, star-like blues, depicting landscapes that might only exist in the deepest slumber now. The air here is particularly still, carrying only the faintest scent of parchment and a cool, earthy whisper from the mountain stone beyond the reinforced walls as you observe the intricate, almost microscopic details of the drawn maps, the delicate calligraphy marking mountain ranges and hidden springs. A sense of boundless peace descends. Each line, each symbol, tells a story of patient discovery, of the world revealing its secrets to those with the quiet dedication to seek them. The library hums with this ancient wisdom, a lullaby woven from the threads of time, inviting your own mind to wander into gentle, dream-spun landscapes, safe and serene. Soft rustling of pages, very subtle, the gentle hum of ancient wisdom, a soft lullaby woven from the threads of time, invites your mind to wander into dream-spun landscapes, safe and serene. Here, nestled deep within the mountain's embrace, the air itself feels imbued with stories untold. You might find your gaze drawn towards a quiet alcove, where faint light from a hidden opening above casts a soft glow upon a large, polished wooden table. This isn't a place for hurried study, but for slow, deliberate discovery. Upon the table, unfurled with careful reverence, lies an ancient map, not of kingdoms or battlefields, but of the very mountains that cradle this library. Its parchment is aged, the edges softened by countless years, yet the ink retains a surprising vibrancy. You can almost trace the delicate lines depicting winding paths, hidden springs, and peaks that touch the clouds. Each contour is drawn with such meticulous detail, speaking of a profound understanding, not just of geography, but of the very spirit of the landscape. Perhaps a scholar, long since turned to dust, spent their quiet hours here, mapping the silent conversations between stone and sky. The map isn't merely lines and symbols. It feels alive with the echoes of footsteps, the whisper of mountain winds, and the patient growth of ancient trees. Imagine the feeling of running your fingers lightly over its surface, following a river's silver thread as it descends from glacial heights, or tracing the faint outline of a forgotten pass. This quiet corner of the mountain library offers a different kind of knowledge, one that connects directly to the vast, sleeping world outside. It's a gentle reminder of how intricately everything is woven together: the written word, the natural world, and the quiet rhythm of time. The soft light shifts, making the ink on the map seem to shimmer, inviting you to journey through these silent, drawn landscapes in your mind, drifting deeper into peace. Distant, soft wind chime sound, very subtle. The shimmering ink on the map continues its soft, gentle dance, not as a rapid transformation, but as a slow, deliberate unfolding of unseen pathways. As your gaze rests upon it, the lines seem to deepen. The shaded areas subtly shift, revealing contours and landmarks that were once hidden beneath the parchment's ancient, time-worn surface. It's a whisper of forgotten routes, a gentle suggestion of quiet journeys yet to be taken, not by hurried steps, but by the tranquil wanderings of your mind, guiding you deeper into stillness. You might notice a particular corner of the map, perhaps one marked with a symbol that resonates with a quiet calm. It could be a tiny, intricately drawn spire, not a fortress, but a place of gentle contemplation, bathed in a perpetual twilight, or a placid lake, its surface reflecting a moon that isn't quite visible in your current space. Yet its glow is undeniable. The map holds these secrets gently, revealing them with the patience of a seasoned storyteller, knowing there's no rush to unveil everything at once, allowing each detail to settle softly into your awareness. The light from the map seems to cast a soft, diffused glow onto the immediate space around it, a warmth that doesn't burn, but simply reassures, like the embers of a long-banked fire. It's the kind of light that invites shadows to lengthen and soften, making the edges of the room feel more distant, more dreamlike, almost merging with the quiet darkness beyond. The air itself feels still and undisturbed, as if the entire world has paused, holding its breath with you, as you observe the quiet beauty of this evolving cartography. Each faint new detail, each newly revealed curve of a river or edge of a quiet forest encourages a deeper relaxation, a letting go into the gentle current of the story, allowing your thoughts to become as calm and settled as the lands depicted on the ancient parchment, as the quiet forest depicted on the ancient parchment gently unfurls. Your gaze drifts along a faint, winding path. It's barely a suggestion on the map, a thin, dotted line that whispers of quiet journeys and forgotten trails. Imagine this path now, emerging from the paper, soft underfoot with fallen leaves and moss, leading deeper into the heart of the woods. The trees, tall and ancient, stand as silent sentinels, their branches interlocking overhead, creating a natural canopy that filters the soft moonlight into dappled, shifting patterns on the forest floor. There's no rush here, just the slow, steady rhythm of the woods, a gentle breathing, a quiet hum. The path meanders, not hurrying to any specific destination, but simply inviting you to follow its gentle curves. With every step, or rather, with every trace on the map, you might notice the subtle, earthy scent of damp soil and fragrant pine needles, a clean, refreshing aroma that deepens the tranquility. A faint, almost imperceptible murmur grows softer still, hinting at a hidden stream nearby. On the map, it's just a delicate blue line, but in this quiet imagining, you can almost hear the soft, rhythmic gurgle of water over smooth, moss-covered stones, a sound that harmonizes with the hush of the night. This is a place of deep peace, where the world slows down, and every rustle of a leaf or distant, hushed hoot of an owl becomes part of a soothing lullaby. The path leads you deeper, yet never feels confining. Instead, it subtly opens up, guiding you towards a small, untouched clearing, bathed in the soft, ethereal glow that seems to emanate from the very heart of this ancient forest. Perhaps it's the moon, or perhaps it's the lingering magic of a place undisturbed. A place where time itself seems to pause, inviting you to rest, letting the stillness settle around you. Like a soft, warm cloak, the stillness deepens, and with it, a gentle invitation to observe the quiet details now emerging from the soft, diffused light. The path ahead, barely discernible moments ago, reveals faint shimmer on polished stones, worn smooth not by hurried footsteps, but by the quiet passage of countless seasons. Along its edges, resilient emerald mosses seem to glow with an inner luminescence, a soft highlight against the silvered gray of the ancient ground. This path does not lead with urgency. Instead, it meanders softly, suggesting gentle discovery rather than a swift destination. It opens slowly into a wider circular space where the moonlight seems to gather, pooling like liquid silver upon the earth. In the very center of this tranquil clearing stands not a grand monument, but a single, ancient stone lantern. Its structure is weathered, its intricate carvings softened by time, yet it remains steadfast and intact. No flame flickers within its hollow, yet it emits its own faint, steady glow, a quiet, warm beacon in the vast, peaceful expanse. This light is not meant to guide your way, but to simply exist, a steady, comforting presence in the undisturbed night. The surface of the stone is cool to the touch. If you were to reach out, a gentle anchor in the soft atmosphere. The air here holds the faint, clean scent of damp earth and distant, night-blooming flowers, a perfume of peace that encourages a long, soft breath. You feel as though you stepped into a cherished moment, preserved and awaiting your gentle gaze, allowing the deepest calm to settle into every part of you, inviting you deeper into its quiet embrace as you gently step further into the heart of the mountain library. A soft, hushed stillness enfolds you, The air here carries the faint, comforting scent of aged parchment and cool stone, a natural blend that speaks of countless forgotten tales within these walls. The grand, vaulted ceiling, carved with intricate, flowing patterns that seem to mimic ancient root systems, stretches far above, gently illuminated by the faint, steady glow emanating from rows upon rows of stacked tomes. Ahead, the main corridor opens into a wide, circular chamber. This space is less about endless shelves and more about quiet contemplation. Here, the central focus is a massive, circular reading table, carved from a single, smooth piece of dark, polished wood, its surface gleaming softly under the ambient light. Around it, several sturdy, high-backed chairs are arranged, each with plush, deep green velvet cushions, inviting a long, undisturbed sit. Tall, narrow windows, set deep into the stone walls, offer glimpses of the starlit night sky, not as a harsh, bright display, but as a distant, serene backdrop to the inner quietude. Dust motes dance lazily in the gentle light, catching the subtle currents of air that carry the faint murmur of the mountain itself, a deep, almost imperceptible hum that forms a soothing counterpoint to the library's silent promise. This chamber feels like a secret heart, a place where time slows, and every rustle of a page is an event, every shadow a story waiting to unfold. It's a space designed for introspection, for journeying into words, all while the mountain cradles you in its silent, vast embrace. In this hushed sanctuary, the very air hums with forgotten narratives and whispered wisdom. Each leather-bound volume, standing shoulder to shoulder with its companions on the towering shelves, holds centuries of thought within its pages. You might notice a faint, sweet scent of aged paper and polished wood, a perfume unique to places where knowledge gathers and settles like dust motes in a sunbeam. Your gaze might drift across a particular section, perhaps one dedicated to ancient cartography, where maps of long-lost kingdoms and star charts of forgotten constellations lie quietly waiting. Their faded inks and delicate parchment tell tales of exploration and discovery without uttering a single word. These aren't just documents, they are journeys frozen in time, their lines and symbols hinting at grand adventures and serene landscapes, all without sound. The soft, diffuse light filtering in from the high windows barely stirs the patterns of the shadows, making the act of simply observing a deep, peaceful engagement. You might feel a gentle pull towards a secluded reading alcove, tucked away near a window that offers a generous glimpse of the distant, mist-shrouded peaks. Here, a sturdy, worn wooden table, smoothed by countless hands, and a comfortable, high-backed chair invite quiet contemplation. A small, unlit lantern sits patiently on the table, its glass globe reflecting the muted light. It's a perfect spot to let your thoughts gently wander, held safe by the sturdy walls and the vast, silent collection of stories around you. The world outside, with its busy demands and hurried pace, feels impossibly far away, replaced by the tranquil rhythm of timeless silence and the comforting presence of countless narratives, all resting peacefully on their shelves, As you breathe in the quiet air, a subtle scent of aged paper and leather gently enfolds you, a comforting aroma that speaks of countless journeys taken and wisdom preserved. Overhead, the faint, ambient light, perhaps from high, arched windows, casts soft glows onto the dust motes that dance like tiny, shimmering stars between the towering stacks of books. This vast, quiet library feels like a world unto itself, a place where the passage of time is measured not by clocks, but by the quiet turning of ages. There is no urgency here, no expectation to engage with every volume or decipher every ancient script. Instead, you are invited to simply exist within this tranquil space, allowing the hushed presence of these narratives to wash over you. Your gaze might drift along a particular row, a title half glimpsed, hinting at a grand adventure or a quiet mystery, yet even its allure is soft, uninsistent. The smooth, dark wood of the shelves seems to hum with the collective echoes of every word it has ever held, each groove telling its own untold story of hands that have touched it and eyes that have scanned its contents. Each book holds a universe, yet they rest in perfect harmony, their narratives intertwined in a silent, cosmic tapestry. This is a sanctuary where the busy world and its hurried pace seem to fade entirely, replaced by the profound rhythm of timeless silence and the comforting, steadfast presence of stories, waiting patiently for their moment in the quiet, soft glow. The profound rhythm of timeless silence settled over everything, a gentle hush that invited contemplation. Within this soft stillness, stories waited patiently, their moments held in the quiet, soft glow that filtered through the high, arched windows. Each shelf, laden with volumes of forgotten lore and cherished tales, seemed to hum with a subtle internal energy, not of bustling activity, but of deep, quiet resonance. Dust motes, like tiny, golden specks of captured starlight, danced lazily in the beams, performing an ancient, slow ballet across the spines of ancient tomes. The air itself held the faint, sweet scent of aged paper, leather, and perhaps a whisper of mountain cedar, carried in on the last breath of a soft breeze from days long past. It was a fragrance that spoke of history, of quiet dedication, and of countless hours spent in gentle pursuit of knowledge. The library was not merely a collection of books, it was a sanctuary of whispered wisdom, a silent guardian of epochs. Here, the grand narratives of old worlds rested beside humble diaries of quiet lives, all equally treasured within these hallowed walls. The weighty presence of so much accumulated thought created an atmosphere of profound tranquility, a feeling that one was embraced by the very fabric of time itself. Outside, the mountain stood sentinel, but within these stone confines only the soft turning of pages or the gentle settling of a forgotten bookmark marked the passage of any perceived time. The only hurried paces were those of the imagination, now slowing, settling, finding its own quiet corner amidst the endless shelves, ready to drift. The imagination, now slowing, settling, finding its own quiet corner amidst the endless shelves, ready to drift. The air in the mountain library grew heavier with a gentle, sleepy silence. The last golden motes of dust, illuminated by the magical lamps that now began to dim, danced their final, slow waltz before settling onto the ancient spines of books. A profound stillness descended, not an empty silence, but one rich with untold stories, with forgotten whispers, with the very breath of time itself. Outside, the mountain winds might be stirring, but within these hallowed walls, there was only peace. The faint scent of aged parchment and cool stone wrapped around you like a soft, invisible blanket. Each book, each scroll, each preserved thought was now resting, holding its secrets close until the dawn. You are nestled here, a part of this quiet repository of knowledge, feeling its deep, abiding calm. The soft glow from the magical lamps receded further, leaving the room bathed in a deeper twilight, a serene blue-gray that promised true rest. The vastness of the library, once an invitation to endless exploration, now felt like a gentle embrace, holding you safely within its quiet wisdom. All the journeys of the day, all the thoughts, all the tasks are now complete. They are like stories placed back on their shelves, waiting patiently for another time. There is nothing more to do, nowhere else to be. The gentle hum of the library's ancient magic, almost imperceptible, now serves as a lullaby. Let your own mind settle like the dust motes. Let your breath grow as even and deep as the silence between the stories. You are safe. You are warm. You are held. Just drift now into the quiet, into the deep, peaceful sleep that awaits you here, within the heart of the mountain, surrounded by sleeping tales.